When you're looking at the lineup card, they pull the suspension of the designated player, dropping down to 9 as Andrew comes out of the DP spot and he goes to the pitcher's mound. So Adam Folkert listed as the starting pitcher. He finds his way to the bench for the start of this ball game. And Joe, when we look at this, this is going to be a good matchup. Both have been previous world champs, one from the junior side, one from the senior side, and of course Australia, a perennial powerhouse in the junior ranks as well.
Very close. Argentina with a 4-1 record going into this game. 33 runs for, 10 runs against. Argentina with a 3-2 record, 30 runs for, and 12 runs against. So very close to those 5-game records.
The third team on the diamond, Joe, of course, are umpires from all around the world. Run them down for our watchers at home.
Home plate umpire Gary Skirvin from Canada. First base, Gallup Sonomaz from Germany. Second base, Nobuhiro Ando from Japan. Third base, Peter Klozinski from Canada. Substitute umpire Abel Matabogoji from Botswana. And clock umpire Toyu Matsu Tabanuki from Japan.
First pitch comes in for ball 1 as we're underway. Just a hair shy of 5:30 here local time. And that one misses for ball 2. We're having some issues with Joe's mic. Apparently the Gremlins don't want to hear you. We'll work on Joe's microphone here as we get going.
There we go.
What'd you do?
Someone had hit the mute button.
Well, we haven't been off the air. Did your hand bump it?
No.
Right. Gremlins. Little bouncer up onto O'Byrne as he played the short side of the pitcher. 4-3 with one down.
What I was trying to get out was Andrew Kirkpatrick has 7 innings of work so far, 1 win, with just 1 walk and 15 strikeouts up to this point in the tournament.
So that opener comes in for strike 1. And that one skips in the dirt. Andrew up and in, brushing back Juan Malarchuk from the plate. And a strike called.
You people watching all over the world, yes, that is sun. Had some great weather today. Up in the 18 to 19 mark today. A lot warmer this afternoon.
And called strike 3. Down on strikes goes Juan Malarchuk. 2 down in the inning.
Number 27,
Ground out and a strikeout to start here for Argentina. Manuel Godoy now stands at the plate. Big heavy cut, swing and a miss as it goes through the wickets of Nick Norton. And strike on a swing and a miss. It's been a great day in the ball yard here, Joe, with the sun coming back out and the clouds giving way to high blue skies.
Nice change of speeds there on that last pitch by Andrew. Took a little bit off that.
Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Godoy. 2 strikeouts in the inning. Ground out results in up and down neatly for Andrew Kirkpatrick and the Aussies as Argentina will head to the field for defense. Australia coming to the plate for their first time up. We'll come back with more from Whitehorse Yukon on Sports Canada TV.
Number 27, Nick Shales.
Away we go to the bottom half of the inning. Kyle Smith and Joe Todd here with you on Sports Canada TV. Nick Shales will lead things off for Australia. Shake-up of the lineup tonight for Lang Harrow and company. It's Shales, Todd Hunter, and Kirkpatrick 1, 2, 3 in the order. Followed by Josh White, Ryan Merriman, Nick Norton in the middle part. Julian Jemmett will bat 7th. Ryan Sinclair into the lineup today, batting 8th. And Brendan O'Byrne rounds out the order, batting 9th. Defensively for Argentina, it's Teo Migliavaca, Alan Piquer, and Federico Eder. Left, right across in the outfield. Gonzalo Ojeda, Gustavo Godoy, Juan Malarchuk, and Manuel Godoy around on the infield from 3rd to 1st. Bruno Matroni behind the plate, and Maximiliano Montero on the mound.
Maximiliano Montero, 9 innings of work so far, got a 1-0 record, 3 walks and 18 strikeouts.
Shales gets into that one. See ya. A leadoff home run for Nick Shales. Pops the cork on this ball game, and a 1-0 lead.
Real power twist there by Nick Shales, giving Australia that quick lead here in the bottom of the first inning.
Now batting for Team Australia, shortstop.
Got all of that, drove it over that center field fence. Center fielder Alan Piquer just kind of slightly moved a bit and then watched it sail.
And on the edge for call to strike. And a bouncer up to Ojeda and on to first for the first out.
Now batting for Team Australia, pitcher number 23, Andrew Kirkpatrick.
Just missing off that outside corner of the plate. as per Gary Skirvin from Canada.
And called a strike to that corner again. And missing to run it to 2-1. And again, missing, runs it now 3-1. So Andrew going to get something to drive here, Joe. Already up 1-0.
Yeah, you don't want to get behind the count, Andrew. Got a lot of power there in that third hole.
Montero, and fouls that off, and you can see the displeasure with him as puts his head high and realizing that maybe been an opportunity he could have taken advantage of. And pops the 5.5 hole as Kirkpatrick gets on base with the 1-out single.
Montero was feasting on that outside corner of the plate. Kirkpatrick just taking what Montero was giving him, taking that ball the other way through that 5.5 hole.
And time called as Matrone wants to discuss things over with the infield. Josh White now at the plate. Quick on the trigger over in the scorer's booth today with ironic music. And on the corner for a strike, opening things up.
Josh White in that real crunch stance.
Montero works into the dirt. Stand down in the zone, trying not to elevate that pitch sequence. And misses inside. Two and one count. And bounces foul. Count even at 2-2 here. Josh White at the plate for Australia. Swing and a miss. Nice inside drop from Montero. Gets the job done, and 2 down in the inning now. Ryan Merriman comes to the plate.
Number 9, Ryan Merriman.
Trying to move Andrew Kirkpatrick around after that single. Nick Shales with the home run to open the scoring here.
Merriman 3 for 7 so far in the tournament.
And a little roller under the glove and out to the outfield. Kirkpatrick, he's going to find his way to third and quickly back in towards home. Caught him sleeping. Kirkpatrick tagged out. Thought he could score on the sleeping center fielder, but gunned down at the plate. So Merriman gets a single. Kirkpatrick gunned down 9-2 at the plate. inopportune time, Joe, to try and stretch that.
White Horse Motors.
Gladly would have taken 2 out runners on the corners
Obviously, yes.
with Norton at the plate.
Yes. Kind of an opportunity. They might have come back to haunt them later on in this game. We'll see, though.
1 run on 2-3 hits for Australia. And we head to the top half of the second, coming up next on Sports Canada TV. Bruno Matroni will be the leadoff man for Argentina here in the second inning.
Bruno Matroni, 4 for 10, 4 home runs. Not a bad batting average. A few RBIs there. This Argentina team has 11 home runs so far in the tournament.
And that one misses to the outside. Big hole in right center, so they play him to pull, and he goes just that way, does Matroni. Good clean single for Bruno.
Now batting for Team Argentina, designated player number 6, Juan Zara.
And fouls that off, does Zara. Hit a home run the other night in the Canada game.
A lot of power here in this Argentina lineup. You got to be very careful. Pick your corners.
Gustavo Graneri, the third base coach, runs through the signs. Turns to bunt, pushes it up the first base line. They'll just go to first for the out. Nice play by Josh White to come down and get it.
White had a quick glance at second base, but the speed of Bruno Matroni thought he had a better shot at just getting that easy out at first base.
Well, he got there in a hurry, and always the possibility with the catcher running. But he wisely just takes that first out as Roman Godoy goes down the line to get loose. And that one slashed foul out on the right side. It is Godoy who gets loose as Huemi Omada down in right field as well. Got a piece of it, but squeezed by Nick Norton for strike number 2. And that one will miss up and in. 1-2. Ryan Merriman is stationed out in right field, but there is a gaping hole in right center field as Sinclair plays on the left side of second.
Obviously, they've done some advanced scouting here.
Well, there's definitely no secrets in this game anymore, Joe.
No, pretty well know each other's next door neighbor now.
2-2, runs it now to 3-2. Matroni out at second. Gustavo Godoy at the plate here for Argentina as they look to draw even. And he'll miss for a ball.
Now batting for Team Argentina.
So two runners on, and Gonzalo Ojeda
Gonzalo Ojeda.
will come to the plate. Ojeda playing at third base on our scorecard.
That's where I've got him, yeah.
Little check swing. Swing and a miss for strike two.
Ojeda really reaching across that plate. Nice tease pitch there by Andrew.
The horns have come out for the Steelers. Swing and a miss on a good rise by Kirkpatrick. Down on strikes goes Ojeda. 2 down in the inning.
And the whistles have come out for Argentina, so.
Center fielder, number 59, Alan Becker.
2-out catcher. Wilson and Alan, Ojeda will run at second, and Alan Piquet will come to the plate. Little chopper. Kirkpatrick gonna shovel, got him in time at first. Had to hustle Andrew Doe for it, got it, bare hands, shoveled it on to first in time for the third out.
1.5 innings complete.
The height of Andrew Kirkpatrick really came in handy there. So he stretched his body across that plate.
0.1 FM The Rush is the official
No runs and one hit for Argentina.
Men's World Championship.
Sends us to the bottom half of the second. Australia coming to the bat on Sports Canada TV. So Nick Norton will lead things off here for Australia in the bottom half of the second inning. Julian Gemmett and Ryan Sinclair are due up. Glorious day in the ball yard here in Whitehorse, Yukon, as that one comes across for strike. Montero works to the outside for a ball. And that'll go dead at the plate.
Just varied up his speed there, slowed that pitch down a little, threw off the timing of Norton.
And misses to the outside. 2-2 count here to the leadoff man, Norton. Australia up by a score of 1-0. And fouls off.
Good crowd coming in now to Diamond 2.
And Norton now going to get stuck up in the mesh. Gathering up the collection. Now make that 5 yellow balls stuck there. There's one of the balls lodged in the screen. And into the dirt for a ball. 3-2 count. Run it full. Lots of deep counts here to start the ball game, Joe.
Yeah, he's throwing a lot of pitches early, so might want to keep an eye on that if it comes back to haunt him later on in the game. Argentina does have a very good staff over there, though.
Montero, that the 5.5 hole by Norton. Pushes him up 60 feet to first base with the leadoff single.
Well, he worked him to a full count. Montero then had to come right to him. Norton then taking that ball out to left field. Shows you just cannot get deep in that count.
Try not to come into the hitters. Make them hit your pitch, not something that they're looking for. Julian Jemmett now at the plate. Bunt! It's foul. Both teams showing early, Joe, they're not afraid to put the ball down on the ground.
Well, it's a big part of the game. I really like the bunt side of the game. Always did. You want to manufacture a run. No one out here, middle part of the order, so.
Oh, 1 count. Bunt, foul. So 2 strikes. Now we'll get to do it the fun way. Norton over at first. And called strike 3. Two strikeouts for Montero.
Australia. Center fielder, number 65, Ryan Sinclair.
Ryan Sinclair now comes to the plate. Hasn't had many at-bats here this week, Joe.
No, they've really mixed up their lineup and really switched it around for quite a few games.
Ryan's been more just in the flex position, playing out in center field as he is here this afternoon, but really doesn't have many plate appearances. And that pitch misses. Playing almost right up the middle is Juan Malarchuk. So the count now 1-1. Little squibbler. 1-4. And take Norton down on the lead out. 2 down in the inning.
Now batting for Team
And
Australia.
a fielder's choice for Ryan Sinclair. Brennan O'Byrne now will come to the plate. O'Byrne was the run scorer yesterday morning in the Aussies' early morning affair. Also made some nice defensive plays yesterday.
One of the stellar defensive plays that I saw so far in this tournament.
And last night O'Byrne had the 3-run shot in the second inning for Australia against Canada. He ended up going 1 for 2 with a walk. So O'Byrne had a good day yesterday at the plate. Off and running. Fouled off. That is a late call on the leadoff for Philippe Somnes from Germany, as he gets Ryan Sinclair for cheating.
Complete now. Australia is still up on Argentina, 1-0.
We'll come back with more on Sports Canada TV.
Grab the free shuttle from one.
You saw the Aussie supporters down on the stands. There is the Canadian coaching staff. Dean Holline down in front, John Stewart, Les Howie, and John Hill working away from the camera. They're getting set to take on the Dominican Republic here at 7 o'clock local time.
A big game for the Dominican Republic.
Huge game, trying to keep pace with the rest of the division after a very tough day yesterday. Lost a big one to Australia in the morning and then turned around and took a tough one yesterday by the score of 12-2 to the United States. Federico Adair will lead things off. As the count now at 1-2, he's showing the bunt. He'll slap through it. And that one goes off the hip of Andrew Kirkpatrick. So everybody gets a little bit of a laugh off the miscue. Called strike 3. Down on strikes goes Eder, and he'll head back to the bench for the top of the shop. And Teo Migliavaca, who will lead things off.
Left fielder, number 9, Teo Migliavaca.
Teo grounded out back in the first as that ball goes foul. Playing out in left field is Migliavaca. And shortening the defense, Brendan O'Byrne creeping in right beside Andrew Kirkpatrick. And Nick Shales getting in on the action. You can see the set defense there for Australia. Norton stays behind the bag. Shales will start to creep in. And swinging through was the thought, but he keeps the bat in the shoulder for a 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 1-2. And misses for ball 2. 2-2. As Migliavaca tries to find an average for his day. And Migliavaca going to send that into left center field. See ya. A solo shot by Teo Migliavaca in the same region as Nick Shales hit ties this game at 1.
Well, now we have the 2 leadoff batters for each team pounding out a home run, both in that same area.
Now batting for Team Argentina, second baseman, number 24, Juan Malarchuk.
So Juan Malarchuk will step to the plate with one down in the inning, a run in. Looked as though Gary Skirvin changed the balls out after that home run. And a little slow roller. That's going to stay fair on the run. Not in time. Malarchuk beats out the roller. Shales, a great off-balance throw, barehanded pickup. But the speed of Malarchuk wins out.
One of those balls that you kind of use as maybe as a cue shot off the end of your bat. Just squibbled down that line. Nick Shales did his best to come in and charge that ball. Picked it up and fired it, but the speed of Malarchuk outran that ball.
Number 35, Francisco Lombardo.
Almost like a swinging bunt, Joe. As we'll see number 35, Francisco Lombardo, come to the plate. So Julio Gamarchi getting into his bench early in the ball game. So Lombardo to pinch hit, showing that these runs are going to be important as he swings at the first one and fouls it out of play. Off and running. Throw down. He got him. Dead on arrival was Malarchuk. Came up short by about a foot. 2-4 on the putout.
Great arm there by Norton. Good pitch selection. Called by Norton. A little high rise ball up in the strike zone. Gives him a better chance of throwing out. Malarchuk going down that line.
Count at 1-1. Right back up the middle. Andrew reaches out. Takes that on to first. 1-3 ends the inning, but one run on one hit. That home run by Migliavaca ties this game at 1 as we head to the bottom half of the third inning. The Steelers are coming to the plate looking for more on Sports Canada TV.
Argentina 1.
Away we go with Brandon O'Byrne at the plate to get us started in the bottom half of the third inning. Brand new ball game as both teams have traded solo shots here in the early goings of this ball game. And O'Byrne thought about putting it down and pulling it back, and Gary Skirvin says strike one.
Roman Godoy now taking some warm-up pitches down the right field line.
Second time up for him in the ball game. Time called.
It's really been a pitch by committee for Argentina so far. Pretty well balanced. 8.2 innings for Roman Godoy, 9 innings for Martin Gonzalez, 6.1 innings Heimul Mata, and 9 innings for Maximiliano Montero. So pretty well spread out evenly.
Julio Gamarchi come on the diamond and made the signal that he wanted to re-enter someone, but O'Byrne gonna get into that one. See ya. A solo shot for Brendan O'Byrne takes the lead 2-1.
Great reply by Brendan O'Byrne after Argentina had tied the game up here. Australia pulling ahead now 2-1. We're in the top of the third inning.
Now batting for Team Australia. Third baseman, number 27, Nick Shales.
So Shales will come to the plate here for Australia. He had the leadoff home run in the first inning as Montero gave that one up. And misses.
Shales 5 for 10 so far in the tournament. 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. even with that home run back in the first inning now.
So the Australian fans have a little bit of noise to make after that home run. Montero comes back with it to the corner for ball 3, 3-1. And ball 4. So a walk to Shales, and Todd Hunter comes to the plate
Now batting
for Australia. Nobody down in the inning.
Number 99, James Todd Hunter.
Todd Hunter grounded out back in the first inning.
Second walk now for Maximiliano Montero.
Bunt. Slaps through it. And Shales gets back into first after falling over.
Going out to do a little ground maintenance.
He got far out there, Joe, so you almost wonder if there was a little bit of a hit and run with that big lead. But Shales, seeing that he didn't get it down, and put on the brakes real quick. Bunt, pop up, and to the screen for strike 2. So game plan probably going to change here for Lang Harrell. Montero with the pitch. Just off and outside for a ball.
Montero has to stay out there, cannot come into that meat of that plate. 2 balls have been deposited over the fence so far.
1-2 pitch. Nice block by Matroni, but it goes off his pad, so Shales able to scamper up to second. Montero working here, 2-2. Off the edge again, 3-2. Todd Hunter battled back here, Joe, and worked the hitter's count.
Montero still has to pick a corner of that plate.
Kirkpatrick in the on-deck circle. Ripped out into center. Shales gets the wave around. Throw to the plate, offline, and Shales slides in home. Great piece of hitting, Joe, by James Todd Hunter. Produces another run for Australia as he stays with it and drives it right back up the middle. As Julio Gamarchi now will come to the mound for a discussion, and right behind him is Roman Godoy. So with the pitching change, we'll take a break and come back with more on Sports Canada TV. Back and away we go here on Sports Canada TV. Andrew Kirkpatrick will lead things off as he will face Roman Godoy. And Andrew swings on the first offering out of play.
Montero had worked himself into quite a lot of full counts, and when he had to come across the plate, this Australia team came across with big hits. Twice they had burned him on a full count pitch.
And on the edge for a strike. And off for ball one. Andrew, line shot, caught, easy, touch of the bag for two.
Now batting for Team Australia.
Nothing you can really do about that. A good hard hit by Andrew Kirkpatrick down that first base bag.
And that one opens for a ball. Joe, that change that we saw happen during the at-bat, there's a couple of them. It starts with Mariano Montero, who will come into the ball game for Federico Eder. So Eder done as Montero into the ball game for him. Move Montero to left field defensively. And Teo Migliavaca moves to right field for Argentina. As Godoy works a 3-0 count. Right down the middle for strike. And ball four.
The third walk that Argentina has issued today. First one by Roman Godoy. Two by Montero.
So we'll change up the balls for Roman Godoy.
Godoy so far with a 1-0 record, 3 walks and 19 strikeouts in his 4 games that he has appeared in.
There you see right into the wrist of the home plate umpire, Gary Skirvin, as he goes looking for some more softballs. Godoy snaps that one to the plate for ball one. Ryan Merriman had a single in the first inning. Andrew Kirkpatrick tried to stretch out and get home, but was thrown out at the plate. And pitch misses for ball two.
Nice off-speed pitch there by Godoy.
Godoy starting to fall behind a few more hitters, and that one gets sent out to right field. It's curling, hooking. Goodbye, home run. Ryan Merriman gets into that one.
Big power hit going the other way for Merriman. He's 2 for 2 now in this game. 2 RBIs. Big power shot there, giving Australia A little pad on that lead.
Martin Gonzalez starting to get loose just as that ball was hit down in the right field corner. That ball started out, Joe, in left center and ended up, in right center and hooked all the way around into right field as it traveled out. And a strike called to Nick Norton. He had a single and was taken out of the equation on a ground out. Off the plate for
2 walks issued this inning by Argentina. Both of them come in to score.
Nice off-speed pitch from Godoy. A haphazard swing. 2-2 as it goes even. And misses again for ball 3. 3-2 to Nick Norton, one of the veterans of this Australian Steelers squad. And punched out on the right side. Base hit for Norton. Just went with the pitch and falls in for a base hit.
Now batting for Team Australia.
4 hits so far for Australia this inning.
Julian Jamont.
7 total in the game.
Julian Jemmett will come to the plate. I think Nick Norton's looking for a 2-out catcher run. And there is Ryan Merriman. Had the home run to make this the 5-1 lead you see at home. Jemmett struck out back in the second inning and called a strike to open things up. Kyle Smith-Todd here on Ballpark Broadcasting with Sports Canada TV. Glad you've joined us for an late afternoon contest local time here, or a mid-evening game, depending where you are. One more game on the schedule today. That's on diamond number 1, of course, Canada and the Dominican Republic, scheduled for 7 o'clock local.
Jamont way behind on that last pitch.
And misses outside. 2-2. Fouled off. Huemi Omada joins the warm-up down in right field. Called strike 3. Down on strikes looking is Jamad, and
After 3 complete, the score.
2 for him
Australia
today.
5, Argentina 1.
Ends the inning,
I'd like to remind everyone
but
that
4
pitching
hits,
is permitted in
drives
designated
in
areas
4
only.
runs,
Please ask
2
the
walks,
volunteers
come back to get Argentina. They
Thank you.
trail 5-1 as we head to the top half of the 4th inning on Sports Canada TV.
Please use the garbage receptacles and Latroni.
So away we go here in the top half of the fourth inning. Kyle Smith, Joe Todd here with you. Bruno Matroni had a single back up the middle his last time at the plate, and that one fouled off.
Montroni swinging from the heels as always, as every time at the plate now. Home plate umpire Gary Skirvin is requesting 2 spotters down there as there's 2 pitchers warming up. Or is the rule only 1 pitcher can warm up at it?
You can only have, what they've been doing this week is you can only have 2 pitchers on to 1 catcher.
Gotcha.
You can't have 2 lines of pitcher and catcher.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So 2 pitchers can warm up down there, just only with 1 catcher. Swing and a miss for a strike. Time called now as discussion between the first base umpire and one of the assistant coaches with Argentina.
Good pitch location there by Andrew Kirkpatrick. Going right down at the ankles there of Montroni.
Jose Guarineri, that first base coach. Matroni lifts that up. Just off the infield, 2 steps out is Todd Hunter to make the catch. The discussion between Guarineri and Gilip Sumnes was about that back foot, likely, the way he was positioning his feet in the conversation.
Juan Cruzera, the batter, 6 for 9 for Argentina, the top hitter for Argentina going into this game.
And called a strike. Two ball, 1 strike to Juan Zera. And that one fouled off. Joe, in the Canada-Dominican Republic game, it's Santiago Diaz who will take on Devin McCullough in the pitcher's circle. In between hop, nice play by Todd Hunter, held the bag. No, he didn't. Pointed at first, and arms go out. So Zera.
A great defensive play there by Todd Hunter at shortstop. Took it on a real tough bounce. Fired a strike over to the first baseman, Josh White. White attempted to keep his foot off, but first base umpire Galip Sonemes from Germany said his foot was off the bag on that play. Langharo out to question it too.
Well, on the indication, the point normally says you got the bag. No sign on the off the bag signal, but Somnez puts the arms out, calling the runner safe. So Zara on at first, and Gustavo Godoy now at the plate.
That hit by Zara, now the 4th hit for Argentina today, off of Kirkpatrick.
1-1. And fouls that off. So the count now 1-2.
Andrew pretty well staying with that drop ball, keeping the ball low. If Argentina's going to do anything with it, they're just going to hit it in the infield.
2-2. Little roller. Tag. On to first. A double play. 4-3 and a 4U unassisted. Nice play by Brennan O'Byrne to stay with it as the runner went right on by.
We'd like to thank Mizuno.
Away we go with Australia coming to the plate for the bottom of the 4th inning.
Leading off for Team Australia, center fielder, number 65, Ryan Sinclair.
So Ryan Sinclair is going to lead things off here. He reached on a fielder's choice and then was called out on the leadoff. And strike called.
Heimu Mata still warming up in that Argentina bullpen.
A little bit more zest to his pitches. Count runs 1-1. And fouled off.
It's going to be a big hill to climb for Argentina. Andrew Kirkpatrick held them to 4 hits so far. Australia with 7 hits with those 5 runs to match up those 7 hits.
Godoy, that lean back and misses for ball 2. And bounces it in the dirt. Run it full at 3-2 now.
Again, this has been the downfall for Argentina pitching staff, this full count.
3-2 pitch. Comes inside, will appeal the swing. Didn't go. So Sinclair down to first on the walk.
Now batting for Team Australia, second baseman, number 7, Brendan O'Byrne.
O'Byrne, second time he punches that, and it's going to carry the wall. 2-run shot for Brendan O'Byrne. Jumps it to a 7-1 lead.
Boy, it's nice when your number 9 batter can have back-to-back home runs. Again, that leadoff walk here in the top of the 4th inning. Sorry, bottom of the 4th inning.
Now batting for Team Australia, third baseman, number 27, Nick Shales.
Time called now is Gamarchi, I guess, just you don't see that every day, Joe. Gamarchi come out of the dugout and asked Jeffrey Coltis to just
Move down to the other end of the
move
coach's
down
box.
to the other end of the coach's box. Maybe they can't see from where they were sitting. Have to put a TV in their booth in their dugout for the next time round. Shales punches that. That's gonna hook. Curl. See ya off the top of the fence. Back-to-back home runs. His second of the night makes it 8-1 for the Aussies.
Shales, his second home run of the game, too. 2 for 2. Had a walk squeezed in between there, and 3 runs scored. Really showing a great exhibition of hitting here today.
For Team Australia, shortstop.
That is the 9th hit for Australia here in the 4th inning.
And out comes Gamarchi with Martin Gonzalez in tow. Godoy done. Gonzalez on. We'll take a break and come back with more on Sports Canada TV. Away we go into the 4th as we continue on. Martin Gonzalez now comes to the plate.
Five home runs now for Australia. 4 walks. 3 of those walks have come in to score, so that's part of that 8-run total here.
Todd Hunter had an RBI single back in the 3rd. An opener from Gonzalez for a strike. And a high rise, swings and misses. So a quick 0-2 count to Todd Hunter. And check swing fouled.
Gonzalez with 1 win under his belt. No walks issued so far, but 22 strikeouts.
Todd Hunter launches that way back and gone. Back to back to back.
A great exhibition of hitting here. I thought the home run derby was Monday night, but I guess it's tonight.
We'll see a pinch hitter here, Joe, for Australia. As number 28, Lewis Weldon,
Number 28, Lewis Weldon.
will come to pinch hit. Called a strike. Lewis Weldon comes in, puts that into right field for a base hit. So a single. First 5 batters, Joe, of the inning have gotten on either a walk, 3 home runs, and now a single. Josh White now comes to the plate. Time called as Leo Gamarchi would like to check with Abel Metaboje. See if he was making a change or if he's just checking a substitution. He was just confirming a substitution. And a swing and a miss.
Quite a few of those Australia left-handed hitters have been going down that right field line, going to the opposite way
with those pitches tonight.
And misses for a ball. (9-1) here in favor of Australia. And that one for strike 2. 2-2. Got a great crew here, Joe, from Sports Canada TV. Cade Leslie, our director, is off to our right. Charlie Kanan is at third. Kevin Bourne is in the outfield and center field. He's been seeing these balls fly over his head. And back behind the plate is Mike Paranui. And ball 4. So runners on first and second. Ryan Merriman now, he'll come to the plate. He's got a home run and a single today.
Now batting for Team Australia, left fielder, number 9.
So if the trend
Ryan
continues, Merriman is in line for a home run to even things up amongst his teammates. And strike to the corner. And inside for strike 2. Still nobody down in the inning. Merriman, that open stance. Gonzalez comes with the high rise. Strike 3, 1 down in the inning now. Strikeout number 1 for Martin Gonzalez. And a time called now as Langhero.
For Team Australia, catcher number 2, Mark Harris.
Mark Harris checks into the ball game for Nick Norton. Mark Harris now at the plate. He takes for ball one. Inside, misses for a ball. 2-0. And off ball three. 3-0. Runners on first and second here. One down in the inning. Flirting with that run ahead rule here at the WBSC tournament. 9-1 in favor of Australia. And ball four. So load the bases now. Brings Julian Jemmett
Now batting
up to
for
the
Team
plate.
Australia. Right fielder, number 35, Liam O'Leary.
3 walks and 3 home runs for Australia this inning.
Excuse me, Liam O'Leary checks into the ballgame to pinch hit. So Lang Harrow emptying out his bench here, getting everyone in with some swings midway through the week. And foul that off.
Australia's next game will be midday tomorrow, 12:30 against Hong Kong.
Misses again. I don't know about you, Joe, but if I was a hitter right now, I'd definitely make him come to you.
Exactly, yeah.
And just put that bat away for now. Martin Gonzalez is struggling to find his command.
We had just talked about his record coming into this game. Hadn't issued a walk in his games that he appeared in, so it's the first walk he's issued this week. When it rains, it pours.
Gonzalez fouled that one off as O'Leary just misses his pitch. Run it now at a full count, 3-2. Swing and a miss. Climbing the ladder. Down on strikes for the second
Now
out.
batting for Team Australia, center fielder, number 65.
And Joe, a bat around inning here for Australia. Ryan Sinclair back to the plate for his second time up. Had a walk and scored a run here in the inning. He attacks early in the count, fouling it off. And ball into the dirt. One. Right there for strike two as Sinclair takes.
Gonzalez took a little bit off that pitch.
Up and in. Into your kitchen sink, 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Ryan Sinclair.
Productive inning for the Australia.
Will end the inning. Struck out the side.
Australia 9, Argentina 1.
4 runs get pushed across as we head to the top half of the 5th. 9-1 in favor of Australia. Back and away we go
Second baseman, number 19, Gonzalo
to the 5th inning. There's been some defensive changes. Looks as though Ryan Merriman has gone over to left field. Andrew Kirkpatrick, Nick Norton have re-entered the ball game. One. Squibbler on to first in time. 4-3 on Gonzalo Ojeda as Alan Piquer now comes to the plate.
Team Argentina, center fielder, number 59, Alan Piquer.
Argentina's next game will be tomorrow night, 7 o'clock against the Dominican Republic.
Fills it up for strike one, does Kirkpatrick. Drawn in on the infield as you see at home.
Great camera shot there.
And called a strike. 0-2. Swing and a miss, and Andrew down in a heap. 2 down in the inning. Just his 5th strikeout here tonight.
Left fielder, number 17, Mariano Montero.
As Mariano Montero will come to the plate. Check the swing, didn't go. Bouncer, Todd Hunter handles it on to first. Got him in time. And that'll wrap things up, Joe Todd, as the run-ahead rule put in play. Make the final a 9-1 ball game. So for Australia, handle their business nice and methodically and get ready for tomorrow.
Australia now goes to a 4-2 record. Argentina drops to a 4-2 record, so pretty well tightens up that pool A.
Absolutely, makes it a little muddier. We're getting down to the business end of the pool play. For if you're wondering, the tie-breaking rule, if it's a three-way tie, is least runs allowed amongst the common opponents. And then after that tie is broke, you go back to a head-to-head tiebreaker. So right now, as it looks, USA beat Dominican Republic and Australia. Australia beat the Dominican Republic. And Argentina beat the USA. So things getting a little tighter. See how we play things out here. Dominican plays Argentina tomorrow. Australia wraps up with Hong Kong. Joe Todd, your player of the game.
Well, that's a tough one. I think I'm going to go with Brendan O'Byrne with the 3 RBI double home runs, back-to-back home runs in his 2 time at plates.
Brendan O'Byrne, your player of the game for Ballpark Broadcasting. For my broadcast partner, Joe Todd, I'm Kyle Smith for everyone at Sports Canada TV. That'll do it for the broadcast day here on Diamond number 2. Flip the switch. Head on over to channel number 1 for Canada and the Dominican Republic on Sports Canada TV.